this is the 5 market lanes. So right now we've been talking about the opportunity, right? And I want to talk about the opportunities because I think this is where people are like, okay, D, how do I really get in on this AI thing? And I feel like there are 5 lanes that you can get into AI. I'm teaching this in my boot camp this week. My boot camp is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where my clients are actually building a full AI product. If you want to know more, I'll put the link in the box. But these are the 5 lanes. The first lane, which I feel like is the most productive and where the most opportunity is lane number 1, where we're talking about labor automation, right? There are, and don't get upset at me, but like just about everything is going to be automated at some point, right? And I don't want to say everything because the human mind is still needed to direct and different things like that, but they're predicting the level of job loss that's going to happen between now and the next 10 years. They're saying is staggering to the point where we are going to need universal basic income. And if that's the case, for my staffing clients, you need to be thinking differently right now. That shift needs to take place in your brain right now. And I'm going to do a side. We're going to talk about this in way more detail in a second. But I just want to let you know that this is something that you want to be thinking about, and you can really be on the forefront. If you've been behind before, now you can be on the forefront. But I think most jobs are going to be automated for the most part, right? So this is a $10 trillion opportunity. Your audience is going to be like operators and owners, companies who basically want fewer humans and more output. And any entrepreneur you talk to, whether they're ethical or not, they ultimately want that, right? They want more output, fewer humans. Fix the workflow so my business will stop bleeding time and money. They're going to buy speed, accuracy, fewer errors, headcount reduction. So you're automating things, okay? And we're going to get into this in more detail, but you're going to be automating things. Lane number 2 is enterprise AI, okay? Now, enterprise AI is very important because there's this implementation gap that's taken place amongst enterprise level companies. So enterprise level companies, if you don't know, are your large companies, your Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies that has 10,000 employees and making billions of dollars, maybe even trillions of dollars. And they are like, oh, we need AI right now. But there are a few things that are happening. Their internal staff, all of the developers that they've had all of this time, they're not bought into AI like that. And they're probably more anti-AI. Number 2, enterprise companies are so freaking large that it's really hard to like implement a new technology, right? Because that technology has to not only be implemented through the technology piece, but it also has to be implemented through change management, right? Through the mindset and who's going to be using it and making sure that they're prepared to use this new technology and whatever the case may be. It takes a lot longer to adopt a new technology, new systems, different things like that. Okay, so what they're doing is they're saying, okay, no worries, we'll go and we'll hire like one of the large consulting firms like your Booz Allen or whoever. Well, they're also large and they're looking for consultants who are AI driven. And so there's this opportunity for you. Okay. And that's to go in and help these big, large companies implement AI. Okay. Implement AI using the AI technology. So I won't get into all the bells and whistles, but this is a huge opportunity and they don't care whether you're a small company or not. They just want their implementation projects to be implemented. Whatever it is that they're trying to implement, they need you to come in and make that happen. And their current team, 9 times out of 10, are unable to do that, which is why you're probably seeing a lot of those layoffs happening on the tech side, from these larger companies. So really, really, really big opportunity for enterprise AI implementation. Lane 3 is a micro vertical niches. So these are small markets that have big money but zero competition, right? I call it the nicheification of AI, the nicheification. Y'all know I'm always throwing a niche in there, but the nicheification of AI. And these are like weird, kind of like weird, ignored, pencil and paper industry that nobody is really building for. This is where you can really go in and do some major magic. So let me go back in here. Oh, is it okay? There it is. So like cannabis companies, like compliance, you could build an AI software for that. Fertility clinic workflow automation. If you're in the healthcare space and you do OBGYN staffing, you might want to have some type of AI that does fertility clinic workflow automations. That might be your additional way in. And I'm just throwing things out there. Pain management documentation. If your clients are pain management centers, you might want to have an AI platform that will support them in a totally different way. And then the other example here is niche credentialing for telehealth departments. And this could be different, depending on what that niche market is. It's about identifying what that niche market is and then figuring out what the problem is and how we can build for that niche market specifically. Okay. Lots and lots of opportunity there, just so you know. Now, lane 4, SMB, small, medium-sized businesses and creators. Okay. So this is the person who's like 1 or 2 to 3, but they're wearing 1,000 different hats, many different hats. This is your solopreneurs, your micro agencies, your small clinics, your content creators, right? Your coaches. This is where it's like, I need leverage. Okay. Like I need leverage. I can't afford a full-time team or a full-size team even. So I need additional type of leverage. So this is where you can create AI that will go in and maybe automate something that they need the most. And it depends on what they are. If they're, a coach or a trainer, maybe it's posting social media for them. You can create the AI that does that. Of building out their blog articles to increase search engine optimization. Maybe even create a full operations manager or an executive assistant that does a lot of the work for them on the back end. They're going to buy the leverage and the efficiency at a low price. You're going to sell it to many people who are like in that small, market and the SMB market. So great opportunity for you to offset your current business finances, to increase your lead generation, to offer more value. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Okay. And then lane 5 is consumer and communities. This is where you're talking about entertainment, identity, joy. Why do I say this? It's because this is the lane where passion, culture, and belonging live. People are buying identity, insight, connection, joy. So, I have this idea. I don't really want to put it out there, but anime life lessons, anime, AI. If you're into anime, right? Because these are normal, everyday things that are more entertainment focused. Maybe you're a real big sneakerhead. You might build something around AI that focuses on sneakers, right? Maybe you have been in substance abuse and you want to help other people who have experienced the same thing. So you do like a recovery companion. Or maybe you're really big in your church and you want to do something that will help support your church community in some way using AI. They buy emotional value and community. This is more of the entertainment space. So these are the 5 market lanes that are going to pay you with AI today. And you're going to want to decide and choose what lane you want to be in.